Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a Cherry on Top's channel. My name is Sarah, and I am bringing you this week's Technique Tuesday. So our focus for the month is cut files. I am going to be creating kind of like an ombre or multicolored cut file. So I chose a free cut file from the store, which makes it super easy for anyone who's watching to grab it. I started by cutting my Remember cut file at 8 inches long on my Cricut Joy Extra. I cut it from some solid tone-on-tone paper from 49 and Market's Nostalgic Moments collection. I always confuse if it's nostalgic moments or nostalgic memories, but I think it's nostalgic moments. I then ink blended just the top portion of my word with some Merlot ink from Catherine Pooler. And now I am taking a shimmer pen from my stash. Anything will work for this. I know there's like Wink of Stella pens. There's also like shimmer mists. If you wanted to, you could just spray some shimmer mist onto your work surface and then grab it with a paintbrush. There are lots and lots and lots of ways to get this effect. The only thing you're looking for is something that is shimmery and translucent because you want some of that Merlot ink to come through across the top of the page. Now's the big reveal because right now it looks like a hot mess, right? So I'm going to just clean up my work surface here really quick, and then we're going to take this off and look at this. So you want to make sure that this dries completely before you work on the rest of your layout. But there we go. How gorgeous is that? You could do this in any colors that you like. You could do it with a colored cardstock, pattern paper, whatever. So now it is completely dry and we're going to get to work on our scrapbook page. For my scrapbook page today, I have one photo and then a rather large journaling box. The photo I am scrapbooking is a heritage photo. There is like a story and people I want to identify, and I gave myself a lot of room to journal on this page, but just know that if I write what I want to write and it doesn't fill that box completely, I'll probably go ahead and tuck a few more embellishments or some little accents or something around on my journaling box. Here is the basic layout for our page today. I wanted the photo and journaling box widthwise to sit right on my title. So I added a layer to both my photograph and my journal, and my journaling box, and I just kept in mind where the spacing was. So I'm going to use across the top one of the branding strips from another piece of paper. And then I also have a very small strip across the bottom to balance out the top and bottom. We're actually going to add another little bit of decorative elements across the top and bottom as well. There are so many absolutely gorgeous embellishments in this range of products from 49 and Market. Like so many gorgeous embellishments. I am going to go ahead and kind of go through everything, really decide exactly what products and what elements I really want to use on this layout, what will accent my photo and journaling box. I don't want it to be too overwhelming. I want simple and elegant. Once I have a really good idea of where my main parts of my album are going to go, or my scrapbook page are going to go, like the important things, right? I am going to go ahead and get those into place and I am using a magnetic ruler that sticks right to my work surface to get everything in the right position and nice and straight. I am also going to go ahead and add a couple of faux layers. I love this aspect of 49 and Market's collections. They always have these little die cut pieces and also frames that have like layers and layers and layers. So it's the look of all those gorgeous layers without the bulk of all the gorgeous layers in your albums. So awesome. I chose these 2 laser cut lace borders. They are going to add just the perfect little detail. I am all about choosing the right details for your projects. So I'm going to go ahead and across the top and bottom, these little lace borders are going to go right up against those other smaller borders that I've already added to the page. The one at the top that has the little quote that I thought was perfect with my photo, and then just the solid colored 1/4-inch strip at the bottom. And then these 2 gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous lace borders. Next, I want to add some rub-ons. So I cut my rub-ons all the time. If only half of a rub-on is going to show on a page, then only half of it is getting put on that page. So here's a little hack for you. Sometimes rub-ons, they don't want to stick really well. And especially if you're using big ones like these doilies, they tend to, they'll stick, but they want to kind of give you a rough time, right? So my hack for this is to put the rub-ons where you want them, give them a good press down, and then walk away. Just leave them there. Just leave them right there, sitting on top of the paper for a little bit of time. In this case, I added tons of foam tape to the back of my cut file. I want it to have some dimension, and then I'm just going to get my cut file into place, all popped up. And that entire time, those doilies just sat there, pressed against the paper, but not necessarily rubbed on. This gives those rub-ons time to adhere to the paper. I always say this about stamps too. When you stamp something, stamp it, let it rest. Give it a second. Give this adhesive or your ink or whatever time or a moment. I even got a cup of coffee from my son during this time, and I just left those rub-ons sit. And then when I came back and actually rubbed them down, they had already started to adhere to the paper. They're already, half my work is done for me. So when it got time to rub them on, just rub them slowly, carefully release that release paper. But you can see like this is so much easier when you have these large rub-ons, is to give them a rest. Now for a little pop of color. Part of this collection, so this collection is very, the colors are not big or bold, and they're very muted. It's a very muted color palette. But then you have this pop of these really deep, dark, gorgeous roses. They're in the layer, they're in the laser cut elements. They're in some of the papers, this deep, dark pop of color. I want some of that deep, dark pop of color on this page. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a couple of these delicate, sweet roses. I'm going to add 3 to one side, 1 to the other, but then we're going to add some butterflies over there as well. And I just kind of tucked them in. They look like maybe dried roses, but they're so gorgeous. This collection has my heart right now. It's absolutely just, I adore it. Once I have all those pieces in place, it is time to be done. That is going to complete my Technique Tuesday layout for this month. I hope you've enjoyed and learned something new, and maybe discovered some new products that you haven't seen before, learned a little rub-on hack. And I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Here are all of the close-ups, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.